relaxing at home like you do when you just coming over just to chill with your boy.
Okay, for sure.
And if you want to kick your feet up, bro, we in a man cave, bro. Kick your feet up.
Yeah, yeah. Because last time we was watching the game, I wasn't happy.
Alright, yo, we here with another edition of the Man Cave. And listen, this time I'm here with my little brother. I had to call him little big bro. You know what I'm saying? Like or big little bro. However you want to say it. He's my younger brother. But he got me by a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But uh this episode right here that we doing today is actually sponsored, coming to you by I'm So Fly clothing line, urban clothing line, and accessories. So if you want to check them out, it's www.imsofly.com, and the fly is FLI. So it's I'm so FLI.com. All right. Just to try to kick it in, you got anything new that's going on in your life, bro?
Uh, well, I got a new job. that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's it was a blessing. I think that I know for sure that came from God. That was a blessing.
All right. For those of you who new to the channel or um, what we do on this podcast, we just talk real life. Like you and some people would talk at the barbershop, but a little more personal. We talk about some deep issues, and it's not just one side. It's just like that's why it's called the man cave. It's shot right here in my man cave, and we just talk just like just having real conversations without the camera, but decide to bring y'all in. So, uh, I know you thinking about doing a podcast yourself.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we Rome couldn't make it today. Usually it was supposed to be three of us on here today, but it's gonna be me and you picking. And that's just kind of what it is. It's gonna be us picking.
Okay.
So sometimes you'll find yourself doing it, just doing like this, looking at the camera. You don't even like that. I don't even want you to even think that boy right there. We just having a conversation. And so one of the things that well, I don't know if you've seen my last podcast. Okay, so we was having a conversation. The conversation then end up switching to relationships and how important respect is in a relationship. So we was like, all right, we got to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about it. And I wish my boy Ron was here because he said he had some things to talk about when it comes to respect. And so we wanted to pick that up right here. And like I'm on my second marriage. You ended your second marriage.
Yeah.
And so I think we have some conversation that we can have about respect and where do that leads in a relationship. Because one of the things that we definitely feel on this podcast is that I only can talk how the black man feels and looks from my point of view. But I don't think my point of view is the only point of view, right? So tell me about what you think, and it can come from your real life, like what respect and had to do with maybe the fall of some of your relationships or what have you.
I know. I'm big on respect. So it's big in any relationship, a friendship, a marriage, anything. Like respect is big, and it ain't just given all the time. Sometimes people gotta earn it, and I get that. But when you come into a relationship and you showing people respect, and then when it turns from boyfriend and girlfriend, and you put a ring on the finger and you become a marriage, it really becomes different. Like it's really different. Like
What you mean?
I can walk away easier when we just boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's disrespect if it was there, but it wasn't. You get what I'm saying? And then it switched up and changed up once we got married. And disrespect came. Like, crazy. Like, from kid and her.
Oh, so that's a big thing too. Like, because marriage and blended families, because a lot of people who get married today
Got a blended family.
got a blended family. Like, you don't see it a lot. That you just like it's just you and them and just y'all kids.
Right.
So respect had to not only come from her, but had to come from the kids too. But I want to kick it from the the relationship part first, and then we'll get into the kids part, right? Um, my thoughts on respect is I think what women need in a relationship is totally different from what a man needs.
Fact.
And the thing is that with this the movement of how a relationship is going right now, especially in the black community, is women feel like they have to be so strong that they kind of competing with us as men in a relationship.
Yeah.
But what we need is two totally different things. Now we all want love, but that's the easiest part of a relationship. But it's also the most finicky part of a relationship because love comes and goes. But the things that's needed can't come and go. So what do a woman need? In a relationship, the most important thing that a woman needs is security. To feel secure in every part of the relationship. Mentally, physically, financially, socially, emotionally. She want to feel secure. And the best way that a man can secure her is by giving her that status.
Right.
The first status that they want is that you're my man. Right? And then the ultimate form of security is that ring. Now you can't leave. You can't run away.
Right.
Like we're binded. We're legally binded. That's the highest form of security that a man can give a female. But let's be honest. The roles of marriage is so different. Like, cause once you put a ring on a female finger, you give her all the power. Because marriage is for the woman. Right? But so why would a man want marriage? Because what he needs is respect, number one, and peace. So it's supposed to be a transference. So when I come home, I fight with the world every day. But when I get home, I get the big piece of chicken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kids, get out daddy's chair. You know what I'm saying? It's a respect thing. He at the head of the table. You know what I'm saying? But get here, like he feel that respect. And then when he get home from fighting with the world every day, he comes home to his sanctuary, his peace, his kingdom. And so what's supposed to happen is you get the ring, I get my kingdom, that I'm respected, I find peace.
Don't get that.
but that's the hang up. But because you get these women now who be like, look, the roles is reversed now. Like we work too. So I want to come home and get respect and peace. But the thing is, like, they still want the man who's the provider and this and this and that. But you still want what the man need too. But those parts don't change. You get the security, I get the respect and the peace. Like those parts can't change.
You get it. But I don't think they get
But the thing is, not enough people understand it and know it.
Right.
But how do you get it? That's the question.
say these things out my mouth, like, and it just don't change. Like, what did you supposed to do? Do you want me to spell it to you? Do you want me to show you a picture? I'd be confused. And then they want you to do their jobs too.
Like, what is their job?
Well, not jobs. I ain't gonna say jobs, but they well they call they expect us to do certain things. And like now, you get in a relationship that uh I know you're supposed to help clean up. You know, I know you're supposed to help cook, but it's like dang, you cleaning up. They want you to clean up as much more than anybody, or they want you to cook more than anybody. It's like then you want me to provide, work both of these jobs. Like where you helping me at? It's like a lot of these marriages be one side,
Yeah, well, like I do think that the gender roles is actually broken down. Though. You know what I'm saying? I like like though in my relationship, my woman do the majority of the cleaning, and
oh,
like
okay,
but that's because she is home. You know what I'm saying? Like she
okay,
work from home, but like let's say I get off at 4 o'clock and she works out in the office and she don't get home till 6. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely understand that I should help clean and cook. Here I do the majority of the cooking. She do the majority of the cleaning.
okay,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fine. That's
But
a compromise.
but I think the thing that I feel like is the gets offset is that it has to be a compromise on both ends with things like that. But what you, but what you can't expect me to do is to do everything plus you're not doing and holding up your part of the bargain.
Exactly.
Like honestly, they all say happy wife what?
Happy life.
Right.
That ain't right.
But I always say happy
Happy
husband you want for nothing. Happy you know what I'm saying? Like happy spouse is a happy house.
That's what
You know
I
what I'm
say.
saying?
Happy spouse, happy house.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it got to be us.
yeah.
They make it seem like a marriage just supposed to be about the woman. But if it just be about the woman, the man ain't gonna be happy neither.
Yeah. The thing what I learned and like the woman is the prize all you want. Oh,
I'm surprised.
your boy is the prize. Because when a man is a real man
He gonna have a new thing.
and he doing what he's supposed to do, he leads that family. He protects, he guards, he governs that house. That family can go wherever they want
But man, there's so many broken families now.
to. Yeah.
And this was breaking up. I mean, this why marriages really don't last because you dealing with women who've been single for years by themselves, and then you get back with a woman like that, and she used to being a man anyway. So when you get married to her, she's still gonna try to be that man. And no more you telling her like, no, no, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. Still going behind your back trying to do like you know.
But see, I do understand a point because it's a lot of women who get stuck with dudes who don't know how to. Because let's be honest, majority of the men in today's society, women out out working men, out earning men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's fine. But if that's not the case, and you still don't want to go ahead and sit back and relax, that's on you. I can't keep on beating no dead horse over the head.
and I'm only playing devil's advocate.
I know what you're doing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
I ain't mad
but
at it.
what about that woman who I've been doing this all my life?
Can't speak upon that. If you see something different, and he's showing you different, and you still don't even give him credit for the different stuff he's showing you, it's you, man.
So how do you as a man talk to your woman and be like, listen, you can relax.
I'm saying that just like that. Baby, you can relax, and I'm showing you, and I'm doing it. But even when I'm showing you and doing it, you act like it's nothing, but you wasn't getting it. But it's nothing. Oh, you was getting it. Yeah, you get it from your daddy, but you wasn't getting it from your man. This your man doing it.
And, like I think, like, cause I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I don't have to worry about it in my current relationship, but you know why? Because I wasn't going to have it. Because my last one, let's just be honest. I didn't now just be like, oh, I know how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole last relationship, I knew how to be a man too. But the thing is, I was with somebody who would not allow me or continue to want to compete with me on what my role is supposed to be. And the thing is, if a woman would not allow you to be a man, it's hard to be a man.
Right.
And if your home is a place, is a more of a battlefield than a place of peace, I can't get and I can't be what you need me to be. One thing that I found out, because the relationship I'm in now, before I got in it, I was like, this is what I need, this is what I'm going to get. And then we got to make sure that that's what it's going to be. Right?
Right.
So I wasn't going to be like, okay, we jumping into it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I need, and let us practice it. And it's looking like this is what's going to be. Okay, cool. And then it, and then we have to have a place of vulnerability and also accountability.
Mm-hmm.
That if she see I'm not being the man I said I'm going to be, that she can say, "Hey, babe," and not disrespectful, because again, I need my respect.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But be able to be like, listen, yes, you need your respect. I'm gonna give you respect, but you not being the man that I know you to be, and I need you to be in this relationship. You said you was gonna provide this, this, and this. So I need to hold you accountable for that. And me to be like, you right, I'm not performing to be there, and now I can be and be it and not feel some type of way because she coming to me because that's what I want her to do. Because if she's scared to come to me, then she's gonna start slowly but surely stop respecting me because now she don't see me performing and doing what I state I will do, and I don't even know that she don't even like what I'm not doing because she won't say anything. So when she up and go crazy, I'm like, where's this coming from? But she had to be open enough, and I had to give her room to be open enough to come to me and be like, hey babe, you not being the man I know and I need you to be in this relationship. But at the same time, I have to be able to come to her and do the same exact thing, baby. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I know who you can be. I see the potential in our relationship, but this is what I need you to be in this relationship, and it has to be that vulnerability and accountability that we can come to one another.
And you know what? That's I can say I learned a lot from my last previous relationship. I did. I truly did. You said a key thing that hit me. You was like, she would have to allow you to leave. She did, and it's cool. I'm not mad about it. I gracefully bowed out. I gracefully bowed out. You know what I'm saying? I took it long as I could took it. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes love will make you take it longer than what you think you would take.
Men, we tend to stay in
Bullcrap.
I won't say bullcrap. We tend to stay in places that we should not stay in for way longer because we feel like we can take it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a woman will still be able to have us, but not have us. Because as men, we would actually give you the version of us that we need to be in just to survive. We are built to survive. We have a survival mode. And We do it at work. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? We did it. We did it. We did it for so many years. We had to be this one person, and then we not that. That's not who we are. You know what I'm saying? But we have to be there to survive in this environment. What I found out in my last relationship is that I actually thought I was happy
That chaos.
in that chaos.
Me too.
I thought I was happy in it. I thought I was good enough. You know what I'm saying? I was happy enough. I knew she get on my nerves. I knew I didn't like to be around her.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I stayed on there. Just looking back at my life, it probably was very toxic. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And because I just always angry, so nothing she could have did and nobody could have did for me to make me happy at that time. So like once I understood that and I got tired of being that way and I found peace, that's why I could really understood
Mine was different. Like I knew I had to stay. Like I was like, you know what? I got the kids.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen mom and dad go through so much and get to the other side and was like, well, there could be peace at the end. You know what I'm saying? And I was seeing all like my mentors and people from the church who was like, this is what you need to do, and I was praying hard, and I was like, man, you know, hopefully her heart would change, but it wasn't. And I was getting mad at God. I ain't gonna lie, like I was getting mad at God, like why you put me in this? You know what I'm saying? Like and and she not changing. But what I realized is that we all got a will. It's up to us to want to change. I can pray for my spouse till my hair fall off, and if they don't want to change,
They ain't gonna change.
they ain't gonna change.
I pray. Hey, one thing about me finding peace, I actually started praying and getting closer back to God. So I was praying my butt off to try to make her to change for the way I need her for me. But you can pray to God all you want. If that woman don't want to change for you, she's not gonna change.
And so she didn't, and I found myself just going along to get along,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to make sure I'd be a good husband, good father, and I thought I was doing good, but it was never nothing to make her happy, and I was like, I even gave up on trying to make her happy. I was like, I ain't even like I was always a romantic guy. Man, I stopped being romantic because romantic wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? I was just being a version of myself, just enough to make it there and come every day. But I was finding more peace at work
Then at home,
than at home. My place of refuge and respect and peace wasn't at home.
you was staying in the car. That
Man.
took you some hours.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. Some days, we lived in Lyndhurst. Some days I would sit at the Buffalo Wild Wings parking lot for like an hour and a half before I could go home, man.
No, I just used to just sit in the driveway for hours.
No, because then they'll be like, "What was you doing on outside?"
And I'd be like, I get my head together.
No, I didn't even do that. I was like, I sit up there and came home like, man, it was a rough day at work. Nope, that's where I found peace at. I found peace at home. I mean, at work, and it was totally backward. I got respect at work. I got love at work. I got peace at work, but I didn't get it at home. And then what I found is that I was totally backwards, and I stayed in it so long because I felt like I could take it. But what I gave her was what she never wanted from me. It wasn't the man who she met. She got a version of me that she realized she didn't like, right? and it's because I stopped giving her me. I just gave her the version of me to survive. And I think that's what a lot of guys we do. We just survive the chaos that we're in until we realize
that we don't want to be in the chaos no more.
that it's time to get out the chaos.
Yeah, cause that's how I was. I just she a fuss. I walk in, she got mad. She mad about something. Walk my dog. Bring the dog back in. She chill. I play the game. So I'm just chilling. She ain't gonna come down. She ain't gonna never come down where I'm at. And when we gonna watch TV, I gotta watch it. First of all, we gotta have our own episodes. She ain't gonna watch my episodes. We gotta find some episodes that we can watch together. That was cool. But what if I would have chilled in the basement?
So I think the thing is when I with this relationship, what I realized is that the things that wasn't working in the first one, I had to learn what was things that it was just because like I got cold, things I needed to change because there was a lot of things that I needed to change. But it was certain things that I was like, I'm just not going to stand for.
Right.
And I had to voice it out in the beginning. And we continue to check each other.
You got to.
The checks and balance of each other. And and it's not being like, oh, you better do this or I'm leaving.
No.
Because when I put that ring on my finger, I made the decision that this is never coming off again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because I love you, this is how we need to have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? That the Bible said that iron sharpens iron.
It definitely do.
And we have to continue to work at each other, and because we could be great for 5 years, but every 5 years people change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so our dynamic that we have right now probably be totally different in another 5 years. So I'm loving it now. And my plan is to continue loving it because I found a way that I'm like, you know what? It's certain things that I was mad at myself
That you even allowed.
that I allowed to go on.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did I allow that to happen? And I'm like, you know what? Now I can't. We can't allow this to happen.
I think as men, we know how we is. Like we know we do bring. Like I know I got demons. I know my biggest demons would be being violent, anger. You know what I'm saying? Aggression. I know them it was been my biggest demons in my life. But so a lot of time I used to just stay because I knew I used to bring a lot of bull crap with me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a good man, I got a short fuse. I used to fly off the rocker. Real stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I learned that I used to let people get power over. And I can't do that no more. So a lot of times I used to just stay just because of that. Me knowing, oh, that first year I probably get hurt head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take it. But why? Why should you take it? When you know you changing, and you know you elevating, and you showing it. It still ain't nothing you showing. Changing how she treat you or how she respect you.
But I say that once the respect is gone, the relationship is over.
For sure.
Right? It's hard to get respect. But if she still respects you, then I don't think like I know for sure me and Tiff is gonna get into something serious. And we did. At the beginning of this year,
Yeah.
we didn't see this part of us. Didn't let everybody know. But we was at it. You know what I'm saying? And she said some fly stuff to me. And I said, back, you gotta be careful how you talk. You gotta be careful with my heart. You'll lose it. It was in the middle of what everything we was going through. But she said something that was like it was close. She didn't go over the line.
Yeah, but she was close.
But she was getting real close to that line. You know what I'm saying? And I had to say that. And she could have said, well, nigga, I'm let me lose that heart. But the thing is, like at the same time, like I knew she was a prize. But I also let her know for sure that I was a prize too. You know what I'm saying? And I think like there are men who do not deserve a good woman. There are a lot of men that do not deserve the woman that they with. But there's a lot of women who do not deserve the man that they with. Because the thing is, a good man is not too many of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say it's the 20% rule instead of the 80%. You heard about the 80% rule, right? Like, but let's say it's a 20% rule. Because it's a lot of men who just they happy to find a woman who makes more than them that they can sit on their couch and live in with them, and then try to find the next woman who makes some good money and then jump off to them. But it's some men who make some good money who who are good men who take care of their kids, who take care of their woman, and just wanna you know what I'm saying wanna be cool. For us, we can't just take anything, and we have to understand and learn who we are, right? Because a lot of women want to say they good women because they faithful or they make good money, but you bring so much hell with you, right? And then straight like, oh no, you just like it, and then dog. It's so many posts I was looking at. Like this girl was posting talking about something about her ex, like yeah, and you could have my ex and have the headaches and have this everything else that he bringing. Like that just sounds bitter. It sounds like a bitter woman to me. Cause why you still talking about your ex? I happy if somebody else take my ex. Like so she don't have to think about me. Hopefully she be happy.
None of that.
Like nothing. Like I hope everything great on that side. Like I want the best for you. Go that way. You know what I'm saying? But why are you worried about who he dealing with or talking to or what? Sis, you can have all that headache because maybe this other girl ain't giving him the headaches. Maybe she is giving him the big piece of chicken, calling him daddy, rubbing on his feet.
I started giving it to the oldest.
You know what I'm saying? And but she on Section 8. Yeah, she might be on Section 8, but she created a place of peace for this dude to go to.
That's bigger than whatever.
Man, peace.
Bigger than whatever.
Let me tell you, like I was so happy. Like I would have had love to sell my old house and get all that money with all that equity I had and just be like, here, you get this piece of here. Man, I said, for my piece, you can have the house. How much you said you want in child support? You can have that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get peace. You know what I'm saying? Like
I slept in my car just to get peace. If I could get the hotel room, they said it was booked. I guess I gotta sleep in this truck. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't sleeping it. I'll just be mad next to you. I ain't sleeping it.
She even said it. She said, why you just say?
I had put on some ear pods. Just be like we just gonna have to be bad together. I ain't sleeping in no car.
Bro, you wanna
my knees and back is different. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you wanna know a secret?
What's that?
When I go there, I have no peace.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go there. I couldn't go back there. I had to walk on eggshells. I got to worry about her getting mad about something, the kids getting mad about something.
Let's talk about the kids. Let's talk about because it's some great women out here who will make wonderful wives, wonderful helpmates, wonderful spouses, but they don't understand because a lot of them, and it's to their credit, had to raise their kids without much help from the dad, right? And so we get into relationship with some wonderful women who got some kids who might be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And that's a that's a different monster coming into a relationship with somebody who already you got a ready-made family and to navigate and walking on eggshells or how is the kids gonna relate to me and blah blah blah. That's a hard thing to swing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people get in a relationship and think it's not about the kids, it's about you and me. That's not true when it comes to kids. Because if something happened, right, you gotta take care of the kids too. You they want you to come into that relationship and not treat the kids
No different.
no different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta treat them as your own.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't that you can buy food and say this is the food that I buy for me and you need to worry about your kids.
Right.
You can't do that.
You can't say
right?
that.
You can't say this is my part of the lights, but it's two. You got two kids, so it's you and the two kids. So like it's not that. Y'all splitting these kids 50-50 on everything. So I think it had to be real conversations that happen to be like, this is what you can expect from me in a relationship, but this is what I need that I expect from you and the kids. I mean, from you in this relationship, and this is what I expect from the kids in this relationship. Because I remember I had well, you know this person too. We called them family. They was going to the church and everything. I called her auntie, and she married this dude who was a producer. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So this dude, remember I was teaching him how to drive because he was from another state that nobody drove much. So I was teaching him how to drive. He was just letting it out. Like we was laughing, and then he was like, "I need to talk to you about something." He just started letting it out. He was like, "Bro," he was like, "I get no respect at home. Like no respect at home." He said, "Man, these kids," he was like, "Now my kids respect all of her kids, don't." He like, and I try every way. First, I tried to be tough. She stopped me, like, don't yell at my kids. So now I gotta tell her when they do something wrong for her to yell at them. So then they start saying, "Oh, you gotta tell them, or you gonna snitch on us." In my own house, people calling me a snitch. Then I try to be their friend. Now they really don't respect me. He's like, I don't know how to navigate it. 2 weeks later, he left with the kids and everything. And everybody had all questions, like he was such a bad guy and everything. And I just kept my mouth shut. I was like, man, kind of seen it coming. I was hoping it didn't. Because if a man don't really feel respected, especially, and the thing is, he said, I feel respected by her. She don't do anything wrong to me. But them damn kids. And that's a real thing. And it caught me in my last relationship. Like my daughter wasn't my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But one of the first things I told her is I said, I don't know how you feel about your daughter being disciplined by the person that you with, but if we plan on this ending in marriage and you having me watch your daughter pick your daughter up like you're doing now, I was like, she's 7 years old. If like I'm a disciplinarian, like She can catch a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna abuse your daughter. And if you ever think I will abuse her, then that means you should not want to be with me. If you think if you ever think I would abuse your person, you as a mother should not let somebody who will abuse your kids you shouldn't be with them. And she's like, oh, I don't think you will abuse my daughter. I think you love my daughter. I said, I do, and I would chastise her in love. And she allowed me to do that. So that's one thing I can always I would definitely say about my ex. She, like, if I said no to my daughter, the answer was no.
See, with my situation, it was like, um, she wanted me to help with her kids at first. Like, at first, it was like it was gonna be, we was headed in the right direction. And it just went like,
How did it go left?
because one of the kids always got in trouble in school. So at first she wanted me to help her. So she made me chastise me. And after that, her kids were mad at her. So she don't ever talk to the kids. They only always have their own conversation. Yeah.
Well, that's understandable too.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that. And then after that, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? But I did this because this was you want.
Did you go too hard? Do you think it was because you went too hard?
It because her kids do not. And her kids is the biggest thing to her. So after that, things been different. And so it always, even before then, if I told them to do something, I get disrespected. Like, they'll yell at me and say some crazy stuff, and then force me to raise my voice at them. You know what I'm saying? Or say something crazy to them. But and like I said, that was in the beginning of our marriage. So, I was angry then anyway. So, but I shouldn't even fed into it. Now looking back, I shouldn't have even fed into the bull crap. But when I tell her, because after that, she ain't want me to hit on the, not hit on them, but chastise them, or touch them or nothing. So I had to tell her, and then she have a meeting with him, I guess, or talk to him. And
So it was like you had to have a conversation with her first before you could even chastise the kid.
I can't. I still can't even chastise him. I can talk to him. That's about it. But if I tell her like it was disrespectful, she'll have a talk with him, and then come back and talk to me and tell me that what they said and said I was disrespectful to them. I said, what? After they yelled at me, started talking crazy to me.
So it felt like you had to defend yourself against
Right.
the kid.
Yeah, and against her, because once I get to explaining that, she'll get all mad and huffy and puffy and say, well, I know you disrespect the kid because you just disrespect me. How I disrespect you because I told you what happened. So it's like I was in a lose-lose situation. If I get into it with the kid, I'm getting into it with her.
So what did you need from her? You felt like in that.
To have my back. To respect me. Like, that made me feel like you didn't respect me neither. You letting your kids disrespect me, and you just have talks with them, and nothing changed. They don't get no punishment. They don't get no whooping. They don't get nothing taken away from it. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna have this talk with them, and we gonna hope and pray that something changes.
So you saying like at the beginning, it was going in the right direction because she was like, I need your help with this, and you was like, okay, cool. As a team, I'm gonna help you with that. But
Right.
then her kids came and like had a meet with her, be like, nah, it had to be a certain way, and so she just came back to you and be like, nope, that didn't work. So now I just want you just to tell me.
No,
And
she ain't even say nothing like that. She just automatically just switched. We ain't even had no more conversation. She just switched. They had their little conversation, and she just switched.
so how did you know that it switched?
Cause, uh, 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 basically, like, uh, one day we was getting in an argument, whatever, and she was saying some real disrespectful stuff to me. So, when I get mad, I talk loud. So I was talking loud and yelling and all that. So her kid, both of the boys came out there and said something to me. I told them to take their ass upstairs. She gonna say in front of them, don't talk to my kids like that. Right then, I knew. And then if they get disrespectful, I was about to. She was like, no, I don't want you to touch my kid and stuff like that. So I already knew.
Yeah. Um, one thing though, I think is super important, especially in a blended family, and like when you came in their life, they were the kids were kind of, I mean, was already like pretty much teenagers. Um, like they like I think it's super important for a husband and wife. You're gonna have arguments, but you're gonna have to learn how to not have the arguments around the kids. Because one, those sons is definitely going to feel like they have to protect their mom.
Oh, that's fine. And
Right.
I'm not mad at it, but if I'm not putting my hands on it or nothing like that, take y'all bus back upstairs, like I said.
Yeah.
And I ain't saying nothing wrong. She should have said it. She ain't never said nothing.
Yeah.
But always want to say something to me like I'm trying to do something to them. But you want me to take care of them. You want me to feed them. You want me to help clothe them. You wanted me to help with their birthdays and all that. You want me to do so much for them and take care of all y'all, but I can't say nothing. I gotta walk around with eggshells.
No, you should always be able to say something.
I can't.
I
couldn't say nothing.
Like the thing is, you should always be able to say something. You should always be able to have like when they teenagers, like the discipline is gonna get different anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like 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 if 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 my ex-wife get remarried, right? Uh, I expect that the guy who gonna be running that household over there is gonna have some words with my son.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would hate to think that he would feel like he would have to put hands on him because like my kids, like I can't even tell you the last time I whooped my boy.
Right.
So why would you feel like you need to? You know what I'm saying? And everybody know how much of a disciplinarian I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, like, if he told you to go clean your room, your response shouldn't be, I don't have to.
Right.
Because I would check them when they get to my house. If he said to tell another man told you what you supposed to do and you had lips, you know what I'm saying, to him, like I think a lot of men, their pride messes with them too when another man taking that position in that house that's no longer your position when you leave.
Yeah, who cares?
You know what I'm saying? Like if my ex get married, cool. That he has authority in that house. He got no authority in my house. It's like I don't have no authority in that house.
Right.
As long as you don't abuse my kid, you don't have to see me. Like if my sons call me like he yelled at me, daddy. Okay. you know what I'm saying? But a lot of men, they don't. You ain't gonna yell at my. But, and I think if a man feeling that type of way, that's because he still wants something with that woman.
Right. And my thing is, when it went to me, I have to tell you and explain stuff because you always ask me questions now anyway. and it never, and I see that they never get in trouble about it. You don't respect me neither. It's like it's okay for them to disrespect me, as long as you feel in your head that you think they telling the truth or whatever. I don't even know what she was thinking in her head. But
one thing mom and dad always said to us while we was growing up, that it was us against them.
Yeah.
You know
I ain't had that. It was me.
Yeah.
With me. Yeah. It was them against me.
Because even if dad was wrong,
he was right.
And we came to mom and was like, look, mom could have had agreed with us that dad was wrong. But what she'll say is, that's still your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if I have to agree with anybody, it's going to be him.
See.
But then she'll go to him and be like, hey, listen, you did this to the boys and blah, 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 and vice versa. But a lot of women, like, would be like it was a thing I seen on Instagram. It said, it's five pieces of chicken left. And you got you got 5 kids. Who eat? Your husband or the kid? And everybody was like, well, my kid's gonna eat first. And it'd be like, you definitely gotta make sure that your husband is the one who gonna get, because if he don't eat, he don't no more chicken get back in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's his job to take care of the family, of the kid. Like,
they don't get it no more. These generations of women don't get it. They think all we good for is money.
It's just to give it to me, and then you find your way. Right. Like, we gotta be so hard and just take everything. And that house, like, I think when it comes to respect, if you want to get a man that's going to be everything that you want him and need him to be, the best way to make sure a man is going to break his neck for him is if you create a space for him that he could be him. The thing is, honestly, if a man knows that you respect, love, cherish him, he would run through any wall to make sure that everything is taken care of.
She's still complaining about.
Well, you know what? Like, I don't want this to be a thing.
I'm not talking.
Is it about respect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can complain about anything that a man do, right?
Uh-huh.
But if he's willing to give you his last, you got to respect the man.
But the thing is, if the respect is gone, it doesn't matter what you do.
And I like that.
It ain't gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying? But because the thing is, because I remember, I left one time and we were separated, and the conversation was that she said to me is that, you know, while you were gone, I realized all that you do because it wasn't being done now. Like, certain things that you usually do and I don't recognize, I had to do it. So I was like, oh, Dad, he do that. Oh, he does that. He does that. And she was like, I appreciate it. And that felt great to be like, okay, so she see everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? But when they at that point where they're just not respecting you,
they ain't gonna see it.
They don't see anything. But the thing is, what I'm saying is that it's going to be a lot of people a lot of women who see this podcast, right? And there's going to be a lot of men who see it. And for the women who see it, the number one thing we want to talk about when it comes to respect is that it's a lot of women who want, how do I get that man? And you create a space for him where he's respected and he can find peace.
That's the biggest thing. Because without respect, gonna come.
He ain't gonna stay there, and he might stay there for sex for a while.
You know that gets paid out.
But it does. You know what I'm saying? And you might be the baddest chick on the block.
I like it. So I
You,
know.
you know what I'm saying? You might be the baddest chick on the block, and he gonna stay there until he finds something else that he can do. And if you keep on nagging him, he can't find no peace there. You know what I'm saying? Like he is not respected there. He is going to go to where he can find it. And she might not be as fine as you. And she might not have as much money as you. And she might be on this or she might be on that. But if this woman provides some sort of peace for him,
He gone.
he gone. And he's gonna wife that one. And she'll be like, why we been dating for 12 years and you ain't never wife? Because you didn't provide a place that he feel respected and a place of peace. And from and a man like men to get when you find a good woman, you have to be able to be vulnerable to show her that you have the ability to secure her physically, financially, socially, mentally. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, because if she don't feel like she can trust you to lead her and secure her in those situations, she would not ever respect you enough or or enough to even create a place of peace. And it's that exchange. It's that exchange that make marriage work.
That's why I said I learned a lot. I didn't know how to communicate. I used to always put bring up my wall. So that's why I said I learned a lot. I have scars and pains from it, but I have beautiful lessons from it too. So you always gotta take the good and the bad from any situation you go through in life. Like she a beautiful person still to me to this day. Just the two biggest things I need, I can't get there. Respect and peace. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And the thing is, like our life is always in the podcasts that we do is always to be, you know what I'm saying, a blueprint um, for healing, a blueprint for lessons learned. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I don't know it all, but I have learned a lot. And what I try to do is take the lessons that I learned so I won't have to repeat them. And I actually say a lot of the things out loud because sometimes when you just think it in your head or you like that, you prone to repeat some of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say it out loud and I create them as a lesson learned, then it's a step stool to not repeat them. And not saying that I'm not gonna repeat some because some might happen, but I try to be condescending of certain things and like I don't ever want like my wife to think that I don't value her. You know what I'm saying? Like and in my last marriage, I learned that sometimes I did not hear her when she said things to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I realized I didn't hear what she was saying. Like I assumed what she was saying, or because I felt she was always nagging, I knew what she was gonna say next. And so I was like, so I try to make sure when my wife says something like, so what I hear you saying is this. And sometimes I'll be off. She's like, nah, that ain't what I was saying at all. What I was saying is this. Like, oh, okay, cool, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to take all the lessons because I know I made a lot of mistakes in my last one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In my last one. And I don't want to repeat those. But what I learned and the things that I did right, I was like, okay. And some things I grew cold on because I just became another person.
Right.
I became a person to survive that last relationship because I stayed in like 7 years too long.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I learned I had to be intentional, even with with my new right with just being romantic or taking her out because it was foreign to me.
Right.
Like, and I was like, oh, I gotta take her out. She was like, oh, I didn't know that you wasn't. I mean, the guy told when we went through couple counseling, I was like, yeah, I gotta be intentional even with my romance because I got used to not being romantic. She was like, I never even knew you had trouble being romantic because you're so romantic. And I was like, I had to think like, oh, I need date night.
Right.
And what I'm gonna do.
That's why I said, yeah, I learned beautiful lessons.
Yeah.
Like, I really did. She taught me a lot of things about myself to work on. You know what I'm saying? One thing about chaos, you find the beauty in chaos somehow. And a lot of time when you find the beauty in chaos, it shows you and elevates you to different places that you would never even think that you would be. So that's why I always say that I learned so much in that marriage. For sure, I did. For sure. For sure.
Well, that's our time, people. Like it was a great conversation with you, bro. That time went by pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah,
And
for
you,
sure.
you end up forgetting all about the camera being right there after a while. But you know what I'm saying. I thank y'all for getting on this journey with us. Again, get yourself something that I'm so fly accessories and urban wear. Again, that's www.imsofly FLI, not FLY, FLI.com. All right. Till next time, peace and love. How you feel, bro?